What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Miami Miles and welcome to another Miles Drives. In this episode, I'm going to tell you why if you don't have a manual transmission car, you are not a true car aficionado. Now, most of you are going to be like,
you, Mickey, I love cars. I don't care what you say.
Listen, Johnny, hear me out for a moment. Look, when you have a manual, it's like making love to your wife, making love to the love of your life. It's so sensual. It's so fulfilling. You feel every inch of the shift, guys. Come on. I know where your head's at, but you feel everything, right? It's as if you are connected to the brain of the automobile. You are the brain. You are in charge of the car's reactions. There's nothing that makes you feel more connected than that little pedal and that little clutch. Look at that shift. God, man, what a driving experience. But guys, as most of you know, the manual is dying. So there's this campaign that's been going on for years with the publication that say save the manuals. But I'm going to tell you why you actually need to save the manuals. And it has nothing to do with the fact that, you know, it's an ode or a tip to the hat to an old school. Wait a second. Oh my God, I love this manual. Anyways, it's not that it's an ode or a tip to the hat to the old days. It's just the purest interpretation of a driving experience. But where are we today and where are we going? We are currently in a stage where automated gearboxes, i.e. dual clutch transmissions, are becoming desensitized. They are becoming sanitized, which means that they have no emotion. You literally hit a paddle and the gear shifts. You just get a little tone change in the RPMs and that's it. And the reason why we've arrived here is all thanks to our good friends over at Ferrari. I don't know if you guys remember, but Ferrari was the first ones in the early 2000s to start putting those automated manuals with the flappy paddles in their cars at the end of the 1990s and early 2000s. Now, those gearboxes were terrible. Not only were they uncomfortable, but they used to tear up the clutches. The maintenance was ridiculous when you had to do a clutch repair. Everything about them was just terrible. But Ferrari kept refining and refining and refining these gearboxes until finally they released the 430 Scuderia, perhaps the greatest automated manual of all time. In my opinion, actually, I think it's better than most dual clutches. That car used to shift in about 30 milliseconds, which at the time was like, what is this thing? Is this an alien spaceship? What is this? Honestly, guys, I drove one on track one day and my mind was absolutely obliterated. But here's where Ferrari starts going downhill. After making such a masterpiece, right? You know what they do? They go ahead and they go to the drawing board and they're like, one of the engineers is like, hey, I don't know if I sound like an Italian, but we're gonna put due clutch in the car. And I'm, what? And that's when the 2010 458 Italia came out. It was the first mainstream exotic with a dual clutch transmission. Obviously, everybody loved that car, and the sales went explosive. They went parabolic. Why? Because everyone wanted something that looked exotic, but that they could drive every single day. It essentially became the rich man's daily driver. Now, here is where things took a turn for the worse, because every single manufacturer jumped aboard the train and put dual clutches in their products. And little by little by little, over the last decade, the cars lost this. I love the face that I make. Downshift. Upshift. Oh my God. I'm going 50 miles an hour and I'm having so much fun. That does not exist in a dual clutch. To have the same amount of fun in a dual clutch, especially a GT3 with a dual clutch, you'd have to be doing like 120. But fast forward to this year, 2021, everyone's trying to kill off the manual, right? Because it's bad for the emissions, bad for the environment. I hate these. But we are at a stage where the car market is being driven out of manual transmissions and into electrification, hybridization, all of these things. So eventually we won't even have dual clutches anymore. Eventually we won't even shift our own gears. Eventually everything will be electric, everything will have 1500 horsepower, and we will lose the ethos of what it is to be a car guy. We will stop being car guys and we will become electric car passengers. Driving, instead of it becoming an activity, will become an automated task. And that's where I've just lost my head, man. And that's why I don't understand why all the car guys are moving out of manual into dual clutches. Look, this is the last of a dying breed, and I'm not saying get a GT3. There's plenty of more cost-effective cars out there that you can purchase, like a GT350 or, hold on, oh my God, or a Camaro. These cars that are around, you know, 40, 50K, that offer this magic. Guys, there's nothing like a manual transmission. Even if you got to sit in traffic and work out your left calf a little bit, and eventually your left calf gets a little bit bigger than your right calf. If you are a true car guy, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You understand that this is the ultimate interpretation, the purest form of driving. Anyways, guys, I hope that you enjoyed that video, and I hope that you have an amazing day. Take care.